Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. Dear, I fear we're facing a problem. Life was nothing but an awful song, but you'll discover when you look around, you don't have to be alone. Wake up and live forever. Hold on, it just gets better. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson. And which top 10 we're looking at?
We're going to the 5th of May, 1997.
In the top 40, apart from the records we're talking about, there are loads of great ones like Who Do You Think You Are by the Spice Girls, Hypnotised by Notorious B.I.G., Around the World, Daft Punk, Don't Speak, No Doubt, Drop Dead Gorgeous by Republica, and Things Can Only Get Better by D-Ream.
And why was that song in the charts?
Because we've just had an election.
Yes, this was just after the Blair landslides, the first one, in 1997, and also just after Katrina and the Waves had won the Eurovision Song Contest for the UK with Love Line a Shite.
And they're not British.
In those days, you could be British just by saying you wanted to be British. Not like nowadays when you have to be thoroughly tested for years.
Yes, that's good. And the Spice Girls just announced the new film's coming out. So we're very much living in a land of post-Britpop, but cool Britannia.
Yeah. Also in pop news, apparently 3,000 hopefuls showed up to audition for a new boy band called Five. I think the Rejects should have formed a band called 2,995 and been the biggest boy band ever.
Also, James, I'm going to throw this in. We've never done this before. I looked at what the 5th of May means in International Days. It's the International Day of the Midwife.
Right. So, and in many ways, that's what we're doing, aren't we, with this podcast?
Yeah.
We're bringing pop facts and knowledge into the world. We're birthing them.
What were you doing around the 5th of May 1997?
I was focusing mainly on my extracurricular activities because I was just about to appear on a little television program called The Big Big Talent Show. To find out the story behind that, listen to all of the podcasts we've done so far because I've talked about it quite a lot.
Me personally, I had no chance of ever joining the 27 Club, put it that way. I was 28, knocking around the world, doing stand-up gigs. We're both comedians. We like to point that at the beginning, James, because I don't think you can always tell from the from what's to follow, which is loads of pop facts, loads of interest, loads of unasked for opinions, some YouTube comments. What else do we do, James? It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
I've got some stats about this chart.
I love your late 90s stats.
All right, well, this is unlike pretty much any other chart we've ever done. Listen to this. So not only does this UK Top 10 chart contain 3 UK number ones, there are 5 songs going down, 4 new entries, and 1 non-mover. There are no songs going up at all. So there's a total net movement of negative 22. And I was like, that's weird. No songs going up in the charts. I thought, I wonder where in the top 100 the highest song that has gone up the chart is. There are 2 songs in this entire top 100 that are going up. Everything else is either staying the same, going down, or a new entry.
I mean, almost a mathematical impossibility.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the songs are?
Please.
They are Natural by Peter Andre, which is up 24 places to 58, and our old friend Squiggle Blob Trumpet, that's Prince, by the way, to new listeners, The Holy River, up 3 places to 97. They're the only 2 songs going up the charts this week. But other than that, we've got 6 British artists, 2 Americans, 1 Swedish, 1 German/Turkish. There are 2 cover versions, 4 groups, 5 solo artists, and a duo in disguise. Oh, and also, there's a song that smuggles in 3 Britpop hits.
Intriguing.
Yes, more will be revealed as the chart progresses.
By my reckoning, there are 4 songs about the complexities of love, 2 songs about the complexities of sex, 1 instrumental, so who knows what that's going on about, 1 song about celebrity, 1 song warning of neglecting others, and finally 1 song about being of the opinion one can elevate. There are no examples of self-reference, but there is 1 key change, so, pretty good.
You can listen to all the songs we're going on about by checking out the links in the description. We have a YouTube playlist. We have a Spotify playlist.
As always, we like to give you a push towards the music either before, during or after this podcast, because not only does it make what me and James are going on about in a late 90s style more clear, it's a great top 10 and turn it up loud. It's a bit of a groover this week, I felt. Non-mover, but a groover.
There are also another half a dozen songs on our playlist that are in the top 100 on the 5th of May 1997, and we're going to get into them in our bonus tracks including The Boss, Indie Darlings Pavement, Fiona Apple, and a song that smuggles in a swear word. You can join our Patreon community for free. The bonus tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
Seems all good to me. What should we do now?
Well, let's just lay back and enjoy the ride.
Number 10.
Down 7 places to number 10. Having peaked at number 3, it's Bodyshakin by our old friends 911.
That's right, our old friends. We covered 911 a while ago, didn't we, with that song All I Want Is You?
Which was a sort of boy bandy ballad type thing. And this is the other end of the boy band spectrum, isn't it? This is the kind of dancey one that goes a bit like, nya, 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 nya. Loads of boy bands have a song that go like that.
Hey, James, let me get my guitar. Essentially, James, it's a B minor. You got my body shaking. You I got a little something for you. As you alluded to, it's got a touch of that in that boy band tradition, isn't it?
Backstreet's back, all right.
Yeah, what I like about these type of songs, it sounds like boys teasing girls in the playground, doesn't it? Na 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 na. You get the gist.
And continuing the Boys in the Playground theme, in the video, which I have watched, they are dancing with their coats on quite a lot.
There's a lot of coats knocking around.
On the stage, you're dancing about, jigging about, doing all that exercise. You're under the big, heavy, hot stage lights. And they've got their coats on, Andy.
And
they won't feel the benefit.
And they do some great dancing as well in there. I thought it was happening in the video. I think I've turned from doing this stupid podcast, James. I think I'm turning into a 911 fan.
I love this song this week.
Absolutely, me too.
I think it's been great fun.
Yeah, me too.
I much prefer this area of the boy band world than the sort of soppy wet lettuce ballad stuff.
Now, as we were saying, James, we've covered 9/11.
You can't call them that. They're 911.
We've covered 9/11 in the past. I'm going to see if you can remember what happened. Do you know the names of the 3 members?
Of course, Lee, Jimmy and Spike.
Okay, do you remember Lee? He seems to be the main songwriter, maybe the leader, if such a thing exists.
He's the lead singer of this song. He didn't write this song.
He led 9/11, I heard.
No, you can't start these conspiracy theories, Andy.
All right, then let me see what you remember. You taught me that last time we covered them, James. What team did Lee captain the under-14 and 16 squad?
Oh, was it Charlton?
No, Carlisle United.
Carlisle. I knew it began with C. There we go.
At the time we recorded the last one, what did he have twice?
What did he have twice? I know, egg and chips twice.
He had and recovered from cancer twice, James.
Oh, yes. All right.
At the time again, what was he doing then?
Was he
What
touring?
was he up to now?
He's probably in Vietnam, where 911 are still massive.
That's right. He's producing pantomimes in Vietnam. You told me only 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think they've toured since then.
But I've had to Google James in my occasional feature. What are 9/11 up to now? Do you remember?
Yep.
And apparently Lee, in a headline, says 90s pop heartthrob reveals new career as he swaps fame for a normal job. What do you think this normal job might be?
I don't know.
He's a lifestyle coach.
Oh, okay. Is that a normal job, is it, these days?
Seemingly.
Not a normal job. Says the comedian doing a podcast. So this was their second of 10 UK top 10 hits and first of 8 top 5 hits. That's loads, isn't it? They sold 6 million records worldwide. Incredibly, this gets to number 3 in the charts despite being the 5th single from the album.
It's got a rap in it.
Yeah.
I should have mentioned that instead of key changes. I think that's going to be a new feature. How many raps are in the songs? When we do 1956, which we're going to do next week, how many? Like to see Pat Boone do a big rap in the middle of one of his ballads.
You say there's a rap. It's very much they've given one of the non-Lees something to do.
Either Jimmy or Spike.
One of them ones. I mean, it doesn't have the lyrical flow of, say, Shooby-Dooby-Doo Wop favourite Eminem. Yeah.
No,
I've got a bit of it here. Check it out, check it out, check it out. I wanna be homeboy, ain't no doubt. I mean, it's 1997, so it can't have been, but hello, chatgpt. Could you write me a rap, please?
James, occasionally I like to look at YouTube comments, don't I? So it's not just us banging on with our unasked for opinions. Channel on YouTube says, when I was a kid, I danced the shit out of this song. Damn it. So it's got that to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's dancey, it's upbeat.
Put
It's
your coat
fun.
on.
Put on a big coat and have a big dance. I can tell you who did write this song.
Please do.
It's written by Gordon Goody and John McLaughlin.
Surely not the jazz legend John McLaughlin.
I don't think so. They also wrote together the song The Best Day of Our Lives by the Lisbon Lions, featuring Martin O'Neill and the Celtic Chorus. A song all about Celtic winning the European Cup in 1967, I think it was, in which Martin O'Neill does a sort of talky bit that's almost a rap.
The Martin O'Neill rap.
Yeah, I think they said to him, could you rap this? And he's gone, I'll just say it. John McLaughlin has writing credits on What I Go to School For,
Busted.
Queen of My Heart.
Who's that again?
Shall I give you a clue?
Please.
All right, for listeners, you'll have to describe what I'm doing here.
James is masturbating for... Oh, no, my apologies. Standing up. What?
Yep. Who stands up halfway through their song?
Boyzone or Westlife?
Yeah, it's Westlife. It was Westlife.
You think that, don't you, sometimes, when people who like Jimi Hendrix have to practice the guitar or whatever, people who love Boyzone and Westlife would just practice standing up, wouldn't they, to be like their heroes?
Yeah, and as I get older, that gets harder and harder, so enough respect to the fans doing that.
That's the trouble with Boyzone and Westlife now. When they're singing and they're doing the stall and they have to do a key change, they go... They've reached that age.
Producers include Elliot Kennedy, co-writer of Say You'll Be There,
Spice Girls?
Picture of You.
Surely not Joe Brown and the Brothers.
No, shall I do another clue?
Please.
What am I doing?
Is it Boyzone or Westlife?
Yeah, I stood up again. And When You're Gone.
Brian Adams and Mel C?
Yes.
Wow.
He has a solo album out at the moment called A Yacht Named Sue, which is all about a yacht who was bullied by the other yachts for having an effeminate name, but that was to make the yacht stronger in the end.
Like us doing Johnny Cash jokes in the 1997 chart. Well done.
Other producers include Tim Lever and Mike Percy. What band were they in the 80s?
Tim Lever and Mike Percy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were the keyboard and bass player in Dead or Alive.
Okay.
Yes, but they were fired by Pete Burns for being disloyal and making plans behind his back, which I'm pretty sure is how Alan Partridge once tried to sack Lynn. Just imagine Pete Burns going, sack Tim and Mike for being disloyal.
We've mentioned Lee quite a lot, haven't we?
Well, yeah, he's the main one, let's be
All
honest.
right.
He's the looker. He looks like an airbrushed Declan Donnelly.
Everyone on YouTube is saying he looks like Anton Deck, both of them, weirdly. Do you know where Spike and Jimmy met?
Prison?
No. Could have been. It was only on the programme The Hitman and Her.
Oh, yes, of course, The Hitman and Her. The Hitman was Pete Waterman.
Yeah.
And her was Michaela Strachan.
That's right. So this is good, isn't it? Despite Lee being the leader, Spike and Jimmy have had a little rendezvous, possibly formed the band. Was it iconic, that show? It sort of is, isn't it? The Hitman and Her. If you're a certain generation, that means something to you.
I don't think I ever watched it, but I was aware that it was on and I was aware what it was. But as I say, I've really enjoyed this. I really got into it. I thought, oh no, boy band song. Not really knowing much about 911 at all, other than they were kind of around. But having listened to this is loads of fun.
I like the way it's got emotional armour in there. They talk about that. That's an unusual phrase to hear in a boy band song, isn't it? Pierce my emotional armour. Bolt of lightning couldn't hit me harder.
Do you think their big coats are their emotional armour?
I mean, this sums up a lot of the comments on YouTube. I read James essentially when White Snow 84 says, I miss them and I miss the 90s. Stay tuned.
Number 9.
Down 4 to number 9 this week, it's DJ Quicksilver with Bellissima.
Can I shock you?
Please.
Got a shocking fact about this song. hold on to your socks and pull.
Hang on. First of all, James, before we do, I'm going to argue that it's not a song, it's an instrumental, isn't it?
Oh, okay, yes, I forgot you have this needless differentiation for some reason. All right, I won't use the word song then. This is the biggest selling single in this top 10. Out of all the songs we're going to talk about today, this is the one that sold the most copies in the UK. It was the 24th biggest selling single of 1997.
I would not have expected that from my personal reaction to this record this week.
No, I was stunned and shocked and appalled when I discovered that.
Appalled, you say? All right.
Well, it's because, it's a bit like when we've talked about Sash, haven't we, before, and about it's, music to do a spin class to.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And hey, it's got a job and it does the job and you can't complain about that. There's just not that much to it.
I mean, it's quite a lot of research sometimes doing this podcast, isn't it, James? And I thought to give this a proper go, I would have to go abroad, take loads of drugs and listen to it then to enjoy it in its true capacity.
Or as you called it, your 20s.
Essentially, it's in E flat, isn't it? It's going... How did it go?
It's incredibly bouncy, isn't it?
That's one bit, is it?
Yep.
Then it goes, how does it go? To its relative, my... Well, welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up. I mean... Some people, James, that don't play the music on the podcast. We are actually allowed to, aren't we? But we've both decided that sounds much better. It's a trance record. That's what loads of people are calling it.
Is that what that is? What makes that trance and not, other kind, not house or?
I suppose it's because it's so hypnotic, isn't it? If you're into it, so repetitive. It sets you in a mood, puts you in a bit of a trance, I guess.
So people could use this for nefarious aims, presumably.
How do you mean?
Well, you could hypnotise someone with it and then steal their biscuits. Bellissima, of course, is in Italian. What does it mean, Andy?
Beautiful?
Not just beautiful.
Beautiful one, beautiful woman.
Bellissima means extremely beautiful. Do you think this piece of music that's not a song is extremely beautiful?
Hughes Elizabeth says on YouTube, I wish more Americans would appreciate great European music. It's beautiful and they don't talk shit on women.
That's true. You can't, that's something you can say about all instrumentals, really, is that there's not going to be any sexism, homophobia, bigotry of any kind, lyrically at least, and unless, of course, you watch the videos.
Did you watch a video?
Yes, I did.
Go on, tell me
I
what
thought
you
it was
think
like a super tame Eric Prydz.
It's weird, isn't it? Loads of ballerinas, and then the teacher, the mistress of, what's a ballerina leader called it?
The Grand Poobah.
What do you mean?
The ballet teacher's called a Grand Poobah.
Is that right, James?
No, I made that up, Andy. I just wanted to see how far I could go with it.
I was surprised. So, the Grand Poobah, what she does, that's a fact, isn't it? Email us into shubipodcast@gmail.com if the ballet leader's not called a Grand Poobah. She gets into the music, doesn't she? So she's teaching ballet. They're all being quite respectable. Then she goes a bit wild. Then all the ballet dancers go wild. And then loads of fellas go into the window, press the nose up, gawping and leering at them, don't they? Mm-hmm. 1992 says about this song, this record, this track.
So this is the year 1992 speaking?
Yeah.
Okay.
That year says, I remember when everyone in the club was using whistles, especially when this track was on. No whistle, no song, you know the thing. Took me back to them, James. Everyone having a big whistle in a club.
Yeah. Is that because they hated the sound of it and wanted to drown it out? Did you ever blow a whistle in a club?
I never had a whistle to blow, no. I'm very, very poor. James, hey, join our Patreon, etc., and I'll get a whistle.
There must have been a lot of people offside. That's what I think. So I looked up other songs with Italian titles that have made the UK charts. Can you think of any? There aren't that many. They're probably more than I've come up with, but it's a hard thing to find.
Dean Martin must have done one.
Yep. Quite a famous one.
When the moon hits your eye like a big apple pie. That's amore.
Amore. I mean, that's isn't Italian. I mean, like, where the whole title is Italian.
Okay.
There is a Dean Martin one, the song that first appeared in the Eurovision Song Contest, way back in the 50s.
Go on, remind me.
Nel Blue de Pinto de Blue, or Volare,
Of course.
as we know it.
Why don't you come on over, Valore?
Yes, that's that one. If you love me, tell me when. If you love me, tell me
Quando?
quando.
Who sang that again?
Oh, loads of people.
Yeah.
I remember hearing Gary Wilmot sing it once, but that doesn't matter. More recently, Ziti y Bueno by Maneskin,
Okay.
who also, they came to prominence by winning Eurovision. And the song that was the theme to The Life and Times of David Lloyd George that got in the charts in 1981.
The
by
theme?
Yeah. It was a BBC TV show called The Life and Times of David Lloyd George. It was very much the traitors of its day. And it got to number 2 in the charts. It's Ennio Morricone, but that piece of music is called Chimay.
Okay.
And there are probably some others as well. If you know of any, shubipodcast@gmail.com.
Or now we're doing videos, James, pop them in the comments below.
Okay. Yes,
You know
you can
what I
do that, yeah.
You can't escape, James, the fact that this record is a dance record and may be related to drugs, yeah? As I mentioned.
Just because of the repetitive nature of it and that it's a dancey record in the 90s.
Yeah.
That means there's drugs. Why? Where are we going with this?
Iron Axe 6413 below the line says, I remember my parents coming home from a few drinks with mates and listening to Sash on repeat. What were they up to? Then Hilt 6475 pops up to say, Marching Powder or Mickey Mills, probably. I'm just saying it's in the mix, isn't it? When we're sort of talking nonsense about this record, it's not for sitting round and analysing, is it? It's for you to get off your head and have a dance too. You don't have to get off your head. We point that out.
Ideally, we need to do a version of this podcast for songs like this where we are off our heads, because then we can give a more accurate analysis of what the song, other than it's a bit repetitive and there's not much to it.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like the drunk history podcast and people getting drunk, we should just take loads of drugs and do one of these one day.
High history.
In the 90s, we'd take ecstasy. In the 80s, we'd have to do loads of coke. In the 70s, what was the drug in the 70s?
I don't know. I wasn't around. I mean, I was only 3, so junior Disprin.
The 60s was speed, wasn't it, they say? And the LSD. I'd like to do a version of this on LSD.
Sometimes I feel like I am.
A lot of people thought this record was called Bellissima. Which I liked.
Oh, Bellissima, yes, the old Bolton Wanderers left back, yes. What do you know of DJ Quicksilver?
I know, in my feature, James, what's he been up to lately? What's DJ Silver been up to lately? If you type his name into Google and press go, he's opened a DJ school. The Quicksilver School of DJing, I learned.
Yeah, a bit like School of Rock.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But you've used the wrong pronouns there.
Huh?
You've used he instead of they. And it's not because DJ Quicksilver has necessarily come out as non-binary. It's because I think there are 2 of them.
Yeah. It did make me wonder when I watched the video of all the blokes with their noses pressed up against the window gawping at ballerinas. I thought that I bet there's more DJ Quick. There isn't actually 2 of them because I've Googled him and this is just the one. Why do you think there's 2?
Well, because Orhan Terzi from Turkey,
Who
is the face of DJ Quicksilver, but he works on the tracks with Tommaso De Donatis. So the music they make together is DJ Quicksilver, and then Orhan Terzi is the guy in the video and the guy who shows up to do the appearances and stuff.
Okay.
But they go on to remix tracks like Insomnia,
Faithless,
Bittersweet Symphony.
The Verve.
Now they go and play 90s festivals, and they sell We Are the 90s branded T-shirts and merch on their website.
Pretty good.
Because that's who you think of, isn't you? When you think of the 90s, you think Oasis, the Spice Girls, DJ Quicksilver. And to be honest, biggest selling single in this chart, who am I to argue?
Absolutely. I mean, as we learn every week, James, what you think of the big records. 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, I'm thinking of you. What do you think of the great songs? We just point out what Dolly Parton, she only got to number 42 or something, didn't she?
Yep. Summer of 69, only got to number 43.
Yeah, so these are the records that I think, you kind of forget about, but do the business.
Number 8.
Down 7 places to number 8. That's right, it was last week's number 1. It's Blood on the Dance Floor by Michael Jackson. The 35th of 40 UK top 10 singles and the last of his 7 UK number 1s. I looked up the list of the songs that Michael Jackson got to number 1 with. It's not what you think.
Go on.
Have a guess. The songs that Michael Jackson got to number 1.
Okay. Well, fittingly, since we're talking about Blood on the Dance Floor, who's he going on about in this record, James?
Susie.
He's always going about Susie, don't do this, that and the other, isn't he? Now, Michael Jackson likes a name in a song, so I know Billie Jean was number 1.
Billie Jean was number 1.
We've covered it in the past. Was Ben another number
Nope.
1?
Nope.
Was another song about Annie, Smooth Criminal? Did that get number 1?
Nope.
So his songs where he mentions people by names, apart from Billie Jean. All right, then. What else got to number 1 by Michael Jackson?
When you think of his big songs, you think of Thriller, you think of Bad, you think of Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. None of those got to number 1.
Go on.
The songs are One Day in Your Life,
Okay, beautiful song.
Billie Jean, which you've got, I Just Can't Stop Loving You,
Beautiful song.
Black or White,
Great record with a rapping, better than the 9/11 one.
911, You Are Not Alone,
Okay,
and Earth Song.
amazing.
And this one, Blood on the Dance Floor.
You would have thought from Thriller with all the beat its and the thrillers and the human natures and all Want to Be Starting Something, you would have thought that'd be his top selling one. And James, on this podcast, we only value chart positions, don't we? Not sales.
No, we're not interested in sales. We're interested in chart positions. Where are you in comparison to all the other records in that week?
Yeah.
Because we're taking a snapshot of the UK at a particular time.
I'd forgotten this song, I have to say.
Yeah, same.
It was a time when Michael Jackson, he was shying away from his fantastic pop sensibilities, wasn't he? And doing jams a bit more. I think it's not as melodic as you like. But when I turned it up this week and was on my feet, I actually saw the point of it. Brilliant record, this.
And was there blood on the dance floor?
How do you mean?
I don't really know. Do you think you should play it next to Murder on the Dance Floor? And do you think you should play Murder on the Dance Floor first and then Blood on the Dance Floor? Because that's as a result of the murder.
Yeah, then have crime investigation tent on the dance floor.
Yeah. Police tape on the dance floor.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about him in the past, haven't we? Duetting with the Beatle, singing about a rat, all this kind of thing. And I'm wondering, James, in the past, we've got another one coming up, haven't we, if you know what I mean? A problematic artist. How do you feel when you listen to Michael Jackson these days?
Well, yeah. It's like when you listen to young Michael Jackson, I feel a lot less guilty than when I listen to 1997 Michael Jackson when the allegations had been around for a while.
Yeah, Tyler Neely on YouTube says, popular opinion, everyone agrees that Michael Jackson is an angel. I'm going to say Tyler Neely. Not everyone does.
No, I think some legal systems don't think that. So you mentioned, it talks about Susie. Susie got your number. Susie ain't your friend. Look who took you under with 7 inches in. Hello.
Hello.
On a good day. And how that's reminiscent of Smooth Criminal, where he's going, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? And it is a bit Smooth Criminal-ish, isn't it?
A little bit.
And it feels like a rehash of things he'd done previously. And then I found out this was originally written for his 1991 album, Dangerous. 6 years later, he puts it out as part of the Blood on the Dance Floor History in the Mix, a remix album.
Yes, I had a little look, and he was on the history tour at this point, wasn't he? Being a big deal all around the world. I mean, I always think of, I hate to say it, but there's a bit Dave Chappelle does about Michael Jackson in one of his stand-up routines. And he says, the thing about Michael Jackson is he liked to have a long gander at the old anus. And if you've seen that terrible documentary, the Neverland one, so I can't quite shake it with him. But, I love Michael Jackson. It's tricky, this one, isn't it?
But you love Michael Jackson in inverted commas. Michael Jackson, the pop entity, rather than Michael Jackson, the man, and everything that entails.
He was a troubled man, there's no doubt about it. I mean, he was never found guilty. We should point that out, James, of all this stuff, shouldn't we? People talk about where the payoffs of court. I mean, it's so complicated.
Yeah, I mean, we can't possibly get to the bottom of all of that in what is supposed to be a fairly light-hearted, positive look at the pop charts from the past. I think people are well aware of the issues there are when you're talking about Michael Jackson songs, particularly from this era.
Yeah, right. I like the fact he beatboxes after singing every line in the song. He's got that vocal styling he was well into around the late 90s, wasn't he?
Yeah, it just starts making noises. Bit like the bloke from Police Academy. Did you recognise the bass line?
Nope, I didn't. Where's it from?
It is from Last Night a DJ Saved My Life.
Is it really?
It is. It is so.
I wonder, I like the whole feel of this. I just like the feel of it. As I say, I wasn't too bothered what he was singing about. Wasn't too bothered about this, whatever was missing.
Who's on guitar?
Oh, I'm liking these facts, James. I don't know.
Come on. We haven't mentioned him this week.
The Muppets. Kermit the Muppets.
No, come on. What famous guitarist do we bring up more or less every week as a justification?
It's not Big Jim Sullivan or Vic Flick. We've brought them up a lot. They were from a different era.
Hey, just because we don't necessarily like this song very much.
Hang on, is it time for Nile Rodgers?
Yes, Nile Rodgers on guitar.
Does he?
Yeah.
We should point out that, James, every week, don't we, when we're banging on about how we don't like a record, that Nile Rodgers famously said if a record got in the top 10 or the top 40, it doesn't matter, it's a great record because it's connected with loads of people. We can't mention him again now this week, which is a shame, because I was absolutely going to mention him.
We've got a couple of opportunities coming up.
Anyway.
So he's on guitar. This is co-written and produced with Teddy Riley from Blackstreet.
Okay.
So he also has writing credits, as you would expect, on No Diggity. And My Prerogative.
Bobby Brown and Britney Spears did a cover.
And Right Here.
Huh? Who sang that?
SWV.
Oh, my apologies. SWV.
Yeah, it's the one that samples Human Nature.
Right.
Did you watch the video?
I did watch the video, yes.
Yep.
I thought it was great, actually. Try and explain it.
Well, Michael Jackson is sort of well known, certainly in the mid-'80s to the early 90s, for doing like the world's most outrageous and expensive videos. And then this one looked like they did it in an afternoon in a student cafe.
Yeah, it's got a touch of that. It's meant to look like a sexy club, isn't it? But it's so well lit and everything.
The tables are those shiny ones you get in student common rooms. Yeah.
The woman dancing on the table in the student common room, you're tempted to say the student union president would come and say to her, come on, love, move off that table.
When I was watching that, I was thinking, that thing's going. That table's not strong enough. I'm not having a go at the woman. I think it's a bad table. I think it's a health and safety nightmare. But my big takeaway from that video is, boy, Michael Jackson sure does love adult females.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. She does some great dancing, doesn't she? I looked up her name, and her name is Sybil Azur. This video made me think of that old quote about Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. That quote that says, Ginger Rogers does exactly the same as Fred Astaire, but backwards in heels. I mean, Sybil is kind of dancing great in this, as is everybody else in the cast, as is Michael, let's be honest. He's got the magic in his movements.
Well, maybe that's because the video was co-directed by Michael Jackson and choreographer Vincent Patterson, who you will have seen if you have seen previous Michael Jackson videos, because he was a gang member in Beat It and a zombie in Thriller.
Again, I was just looking at what Michael Jackson was up to this time. He's had such a long career. I don't know if we could talk about any point. He's just become a father, so there's that.
Oh, in 1997? Yeah, not now.
No.
And
tragically, what I looked at when I did a proper deep dive, he's just about to go to Sheffield as well, so...
It swings and roundabouts.
Yes.
Is where he meets the kids.
Number 7.
Down one to number 7 this week, it's Shola Ama with You Might Need Somebody. This is a cover, James. I knew that immediately.
Yes. Who did the original?
Randy Crawford.
Nope. That also was a cover.
What? Really?
Yes. Yeah.
You're blowing my mind, man.
I am. So the song was originally written in the late 70s by some songwriters called Tom Snow, who I have watched do a TED Talk.
Really?
Yeah,
On what?
About creativity. He comes across as quite a nerdy, nice man.
Can you remember anything you learned from Tom Snow?
He talked about how you've just got to keep going and write a song every day, and eventually you'll get a hit.
I agree, Tom Snow.
He wrote that song with Nano Byrne, which just sounds like a character from Mrs. Brown's Boys, if you ask me. And it was first recorded by former touring member of the Kingsmen, Turley Richards, in 1979.
The Kingsman of Louis Louis fame?
Yeah.
Wow. I never would have put this song in the same category as Louie Louie by the Kingsmen.
Turley Richards, of course, went blind aged 4 in an archery accident. And I've listened to his version of it. It feels like it's there, but it doesn't have the extra bits that make it what it is.
Yeah, I went back to Randy Crawford's version this week. Maybe, as we've mentioned before, James, and as Rod Stewart said, this was the version I knew first, Shola Rama 1. The first cut is the deepest. This is my favourite, if I had to choose one, which I don't.
You don't? But you have. Yeah, the Randy Crawford version gets to number 11 in the UK in 1982. Best known, of course, for Street Life and One Day I'll Fly Away. What was unusual about her win at the 1982 Brit Awards for Best British Female?
That it wasn't Annie Lennox. That's one of my grudges, isn't it? Annie Lennox wins all the Brits. I don't know. Please tell me.
She's not British. She's American, but she won it anyway. And just like Randy, Shola Armour wins Best British Female at the Brits the following year. She's 18 here, and I was shocked to find out this is not her biggest hit. In terms of chart position, You're the One I Love gets to number 3 later in the year, which is one place higher up.
One better. That's the way we did it, isn't it, James?
Yep. Her last UK Top 40 hit is in 1999, a song called Imagine, which gets to number 24, but it's not Imagine, which Randy Crawford covered and got to number 60 in 1982.
Just a reminder, lovely chords. When somebody reaches for the phone, that's it. Open up and let them through. Nice, isn't it? Unexpected, and etc. etc. You know it. Nip over to Spotify or watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, it reminded me of the sort of vibe and tone of Wishing on a Star by Rose Royce, which we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, very much.
It's got that sort of classy, smooth sound. So it just feels so luxurious.
Yes.
It's like shoving imperial leather in your ear holes.
Did you watch the video?
Oh, yeah. I've watched all the videos this week.
I'm still going to ask you because I like asking you that stupid voice. Anyway, as Viddomsky777 says, the decor in that flat still holds up today.
Yeah, it basically, if you haven't seen the video, it's Shola Armour being enigmatic and alluring, singing the song while she ponces around in what looks like an Omaze house.
Yes, it's an empty flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely backing up the notion of you might need somebody, the notion of loneliness. There's nobody else except Shola dealing with her own personal demons.
You might need to buy a £10 raffle ticket to try and win where she is, that kind of thing.
Made me think of that Morrissey song of You're Gonna Need Somebody on Your Side. It's a similar thing, but this, as you say, this is sophisticated and sexy. When Morrissey tells somebody you're going to need him on his side, he goes, well, here I am. Well, here I am. Well, you don't have to look so pleased.
Yeah, I don't know what Morrissey would make of that flat.
It's got a leather sofa.
Oh, that'd be going over the balcony.
D-Blue862 says about Shola, hard to believe this girl was discovered on a train one day singing and a record producer overheard her and signed her on the spot. What?
Yeah, that'd
Is that
be
true?
Kwame Kwarteng from The Influence production team, who produced this, spotted her singing on a tube platform. And not busking, apparently. She was just walking around singing.
Right. I mean, it's the showbiz dream, that is, isn't it? Waiting to be discovered. That someone overhears you and says, hey, kid, do you want to be a star?
Yeah, and sometimes, you see people who, are a little bit older, a little bit dishevelled, say, and they're walking around on the street just kind of singing to themselves. Yeah. I think that they're still looking for that moment, aren't they? They want the big shot to come up with a cigar and go, hey, kid.
I don't know. When I do it, I usually just scare the person next to me in the supermarket when I'm singing on asphalt. Sorry, I was having a great time.
But what became of Shola Armour? So she wins Best Female at the Brits. Oh, do you know? Oh, okay, excellent.
No, I had a little Google in my feature. What's Shola Armour up to now? I typed her name into Google and pressed news. She's just taken part in the biggest garage event ever at the O2.
We should say the music garage rather than... Or she's become a mechanic.
Or she's behind some armoured glass. Can I get some chocolate bars and Rizzlers?
Oh, God. I was in a petrol station and I saw the most depressing sign I've ever seen, I think.
Please.
It said, Kit Kats, only £1.50. No, not only. disgracefully £1.50.
Do you know, there was a billboard once that I saw when driving from Kit Kat, and it said, "You are not stuck in traffic, you are traffic." So now every time I'm driving, I'm always thinking of bleeding Kit Kats.
That's why they do it. By her own admission, she became addicted to cocaine and was spending £1,000 a week on the delicious powder before sorting herself out. At the UK Garage Awards, Amma found herself drunk on stage after downing a bottle of champagne. She said, "I couldn't even see properly, and apparently I had to be carried up to present the award. I have no recollection of this, but people at the time were like, she's finished."
Yeah, I mean, in this thing I read while she's doing the big garage, while she's working at the big garage event at the O2, Garage Nation, that's called, she expressed regret at not recording more.
I regret she didn't record more.
Yeah, me
It would have been
too.
great to hear more Charlotte Armour. But good news is, on her Instagram at least, she appears to be having a lovely time.
Doing loads of coke and drinking. We're only being silly, Charlotte. We hope everything's all right. I mean, this big garage event, it made me think of loads of people I'd forgotten about. Sweet Female Attitude, Kelly LaRock, Dame Bowers, Lisa Mafia, the DJ Pied Piper. That sounds quite a good night out, doesn't it?
Yeah, would you take a whistle?
This was interesting, I thought, James, on YouTube comments. You know, sometimes people say, "I'm here because of this, that and the other." Who do you think got loads of people to check out You Might Need Somebody by Shola Rama?
Ooh, was it in a film, a TV show, an advert?
On the personal playlist, a recommendation, if you like, of a famous footballer, modern one.
Who'd be into this? That would be well known enough to send people there. I know Cristiano Ronaldo. He's probably the most famous footballer in the world.
It was Jude Bellingham.
Oh.
So this is an interesting notion, isn't it, James, that however many years later, a footballer can say they like a record and it drags people towards it.
This is exactly the kind of record a footballer would like, though. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And the house. He probably watched the video and went, "I'll buy that house."
In the 80s, when I used to read Shoot magazine, that football. Did you?
Yeah.
Do you remember the questionnaires they had with footballers at the end? What was always their favourite meal?
Spaghetti bolognese.
And steak. They liked steak and chips. They loved a prawn cocktail.
And their favourite music was Phil Collins.
Oh, Phil Collins, I'm glad you said that.
They should have just changed the question to, "What's your favourite Phil Collins album?" And then Pat Nevin could have got annoyed because he was the only one who liked punk.
Number 6.
It's a new entry at number 6. Its peak position. It's All Right by Jamiroquai.
Well, I like that's how JK might have expressed it. All right.
All right. That's the great thing about the word "all right." I mean, it's often a song title, isn't it?
What do you think this song's about? What are Jamiroquai and JK banging on about? They're not young and they've not got their teeth nice and clean, have they?
No. Well, when I said songs that smuggle in 3 Britpop hits,
Was this the one?
it is the chorus of this song. With the chorus goes, "Yay, hey, all right." Supergrass, number 2 in 1995. "We'll spend the night together." "Wake Up," Boo Radley's number 9 in 95. And "Live Forever," Oasis, number 10 in 1994. Well, it's about the first flushes of a relationship, isn't it? The excitement.
Yeah.
A little bit of the thrill of the chase as well. He's still doing a little bit of convincing.
Now, a bit like 9/11, James.
911.
Doing this podcast has made me a fan of them, and also Jamiroquai. I'm getting right into Jamiroquai these days because of this stupid thing we do.
Yeah, it's good, this, isn't it?
It's a real winner.
Loads of fun. It samples "Could Heaven Ever Be Like This" by Idris Muhammad and "It's All Right Now" by Eddie Harris.
So I learned at 1 minute 12, if you want to pop into the Eddie Harris sample, that's how specific I've been.
Was that the one that goes, "Yeah, right now"?
It's a big come on, this song, isn't it? He's saying, you know, let's do it, baby, essentially. We'll spend the night together, wake up and live forever.
I know, it is a big come on, and yet he doesn't give you any contact details or anything. So there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do, Jamiroquai. You're making all these promises, but when's it going to actually happen?
Now, James, what was the perception of Jamiroquai back in 97, would you say?
And when we say Jamiroquai, we mean JK.
JK, of course.
Yeah.
Now, James, I'm going to ask you to do the little tune for what's JK up to now.
Okay. What's JK up to now when you type his name into Google News and hit go?
You've got it, well done. So I think about this perception of JK and his love of cars. I Googled him, and it turns out JK bought a Ferrari in 2003 for $532,000, and he's just sold it for a wild profit.
A wild profit?
Yes, I think he might have gone to WeBuyAnyCar.com and put his Ferrari on there.
He wouldn't have got a wild profit from them.
No, quite.
Unless, of course, they start sponsoring this podcast, in which case, yeah.
Who else do we want to sponsor this podcast? What do I want?
Just anyone, really.
Jaffa cakes. I always like a Jaffa cake. All right, then. Talking of Jaffas, Tea Time on YouTube says, I'm glad his mum and dad had candles and soft music. Yeah.
Okay, so he's basically saying he's glad that JK was born.
That's right.
Fair enough.
The Pain 7862 says, if I had JK's moves and rhythm, I would never walk anywhere normally.
Yeah, do you think JK moves around like that the whole time?
In this silly video, he even looks good coming out of a lift.
Yeah.
Did you watch the video?
Yes, I watched them all.
What did you make of it? This was a good comment. I mean, I can't remember who, my apologies, didn't write the name down, but someone says, bored hot girls was such a 90s motif.
Yeah. They appear to be going to some kind of model storage facility to have a bit of a disco.
Yeah.
There are a lot of attractive people hanging around. And they go upstairs, don't they, in the lift? So it's up a tower somewhere. We don't know where it is. We don't get invited to those sort of places, do we?
No. I mean, like Michael Jackson, it's not necessarily the greatest song in the world, but it's a groove. You turn it loud, you're dancing, and it's happening again, isn't it?
Yeah. In fact, this was Jamiroquai's only single to break the Billboard Hot 100 in America.
Is that right? Rather than all the other great ones.
Yeah. And you think like Deeper Underground was like the song from Godzilla, which was a big movie. That didn't get in. It was their 5th of 9 UK top 10 hits, written by JK and Toby Smith. I want to talk a bit about Toby Smith.
Please, the keyboard player. I was looking into Jamiroquai, the band, rather than JK, the singer.
What do you know of Toby Smith?
I know nothing apart from the fact he played keyboards.
Well, he co-wrote this song. His grandfather was the British ambassador to Saudi Arabia in the 40s. He would go on to manage a band called the Hoosiers. Do you remember them?
Of course.
Goodbye, Mr. A, and a bunch of other stuff. And tragically, he passed away aged just 46 in 2017.
R.I.P. Toby Smith. Thank you for your contribution to the panoply of pop.
Because obviously, when you say Jamiroquai, most people think of JK, and they think it's one guy. But of course, it's a whole band.
Who was a bass player? Stu Zender. Who was a vibraphone player was a fella called Wallace Buchanan. Now, I like this when a band forms. The keyboards and the bass, you kind of get, don't you? I've not heard a vibraphone player getting in on the action such early doors.
It's the acid jazz, isn't it? Always playing the vibes.
Do you know why they're called Jamiroquai?
No, I don't.
It's something to do with an Iroquois tribe, with First Nation of peoples, so the Iroquois are something, I suppose Jam is just jamming on it before, so I never knew that. I should have looked more into it. We'll do it next time we do Jamiroquai.
They're bound to show up again. Well, there you have it. That's the first half of this UK Top 10 Singles Chart from the 5th of May, 1997. It's been some good stuff so far.
It's been happening as it is. As always, you can watch the videos on YouTube in our list. You can listen to the music on Spotify. You can turn it up loud, though. What do you think we're going to do in part 2 since we've done numbers 10 to 6?
We're going to be doing numbers 5 to 1. I tell you what, though, it's 1997 and we haven't had any Britpop.
Oh.
You'd think there'd be more, but there hasn't been any. Maybe there will be some in the top 5, because coming up, we've got another problematic pop star. We've got both sides of 90s indie and the act at number 1 trying to be the act at number 2.
As always, you can check out all this music and, rate, subscribe, share, follow, review. We'd love all that. We'll put comments in YouTube. And in the meantime, shooby-dooby-doo up.
Bop bop shoo up.